Okay, DJ, here's the secret family recipe for ramen. First, depends on how hungry you are, but got 3 ramen packets. I usually like to have 1 pork and then 2 of whatever else. It doesn't matter. I'm going to use the pork seasoning packet and then one of these other chicken packets. I got some soy sauce. I got some sesame oil. I got some bacon grease that I reserved from making bacon. Some garlic powder. Some black pepper, 2 eggs, any kind of Jimmy Dean breakfast sausage patties or whatever breakfast sausage anyway. And then I like to put lettuce in mine, and I'll show you why. Alright, so it's a 2-pot recipe. So you got one to put your broth in. I wanted to use this wok. You don't need to use one so big for that. Anyway, I got that one heating up ready. This is just cold water right here. So this is going to be to boil your eggs in, and then after your eggs are done for 8 minutes, then we're going to put your ramen in there. So we'll start the water boiling. Let's see here. And then...
Hi, DJ. Hi, DJ.
So before the water starts boiling, we're going to drop the eggs in there right away. And as soon as the water starts boiling, that's when we're going to count. We're going to start a timer for 8 minutes. And now for the ingredients in our other pot. So again, this is hot. So you just decide how much sausage you want in your soup. And I'm going to do 4 patties. Usually I'll go about 1/3 of a pound of Jimmy Dean breakfast sausage is what I'll usually put in. So we'll fry that up, make it brown. It doesn't have to be cooked. We just want to brown it on each side to get a little of the flavor working. So these are frozen breakfast sausage, if I didn't say that. So get them just a little bit brown on each side. They're still frozen. And you don't have to do this step. You can just throw this right into the water to start boiling your roux without browning, but it's a little better this way. Okay. So, again, these are not cooked all the way, but they're good enough for now. Now we got 3 cups of water. So that's going to be for your broth that you're going to dump over this when it's done. 3 cups of water. And this whole thing's going to be going for 10 minutes now, from right now. Alright, so now to that 3 cups of water, you take your 1 tablespoon, the bigger guy, and we're going to do 3 tablespoons. For every 1 cup of water, you're going to put 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. So number 1, there's number 2, and there is number 3. Alright, so right now our eggs are just starting to boil, so we're going to set that timer for 8 minutes. Let's see, timer, let's see, this one, we got timer 8. Alright, so that's going to start boiling now for 8 minutes, just to get to the point where the yolk is almost fully cooked, but not quite. It'll be kind of a little orangish color instead of that yellow color you're used to. So on this one now, we're going to go back and we're going to put 1 teaspoon, the smaller guy, 1 of this and 1 of this. Fine black pepper and 1 of the garlic. Right, so 1 teaspoon of black pepper and 1 teaspoon of garlic. You might want to go a little bit less on the garlic, like about a half a teaspoon. All right, next we're going to put one of the big ones in of sesame oil. 1 tablespoon sesame oil. All right, sesame oil's in. Yeah, definitely go with a half a teaspoon of the garlic. It's pretty strong. I don't mind it. I like it, but I don't think you're going to want to go that heavy. You might even skip the garlic altogether to start until you decide if you want to add anything else. So now I like to do at least 1 of the pork flavor packets, and then either beef or chicken for the second one. But 3 bricks of ramen. I only use 2 of these because this gets pretty salty pretty quick. Huh? Okay, so I got the chicken packet, which is just basically chicken bouillon. And we got the pork packet. Alright, so this is what I call Shoyu ramen, or soy sauce ramen. Forgot the most important ingredient. Since we like pork in there, this is that bacon fat. the reserve bacon grease or whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and scrape this out and throw it in there. And then if I had about I'd probably put about 2 to 3 tablespoons of the bacon grease in there. I don't have that much, so I only have about maybe 1.5 or so, but that really makes a nice kind of a smoky, bacony flavor. Just adds a little bit of meaty flavor to it, which is always good. Breakfast sausage, the pork breakfast sausage helps a lot, but this will set it off. Okay, stir that around and bring that to a simmer. Okay, so we got that going. We got 2 minutes left on our hard-boiled eggs. So right about now I want to take a small bowl, kitchen bowl, I want to put a bunch of ice in it, and we're going to fish these eggs out of there and put them on ice real quick so it separates the shell, makes them nice and easy to peel. Meanwhile, we're going to continue this while we're working on peeling those. We're just going to let this simmer. Turn that down actually. So we'll turn that down to a nice low simmer, and that's just pulling the flavors out of the meat and just stewing everything together. And right about the time we get the eggs peeled, we're going to set those peeled eggs aside, and then we'll throw the ramen bricks inside this water so that we can cook the ramen, but we don't want to cook the ramen in our broth because all that starch and garbage on the ramen, we want that all just to go away and throw that away, and then this is going to be our broth that we pour over the top. Alright, so take our eggs in the bowl, get some ice in there. Okay, so we got our eggs on ice. Go ahead and throw them in your sink. Cold water on. Filled about a little bit cold water. So now these hot eggs are going to cool off real quick, but they're going to warm right back up as soon as we put it into this very hot broth in a bowl. We still got our water boiling, ready for our noodles whenever we're ready. And we're basically ready to throw our noodles in right now. So, 1, 2, 3 of them. Get those started. Oops, just made a mess. Let's get those going. We're going to boil those for about 3.5 minutes. Let's see, where's my timer? Let's do a 3-minute timer on that one there. Any longer than 3 minutes and they start to get a little bit full of water and mealy and stuff. So this is simmering nicely. We're going to go ahead and pull these eggs out and get those out of the shell real quick. Show you how to do that nice and easy. So this is how I get rid of my eggshells. So I'm going to tap that side. I'm going to make a hole about the size of maybe a dime on that top side. This side I want a hole about the size of a quarter, maybe a 50-cent piece. All right, and you never want to do this when someone else is eating or cooking, but when you're gonna eat your own. So just a small hole on that side, a little bigger on this side. Put this side to your mouth, and you have a shelled egg. There you go. Rinse it off. Oop, got a little piece where my thumb kind of crushed it trying to do this on camera, and you have a completely shelled egg. So throw that one back in your. Put it aside, I guess. Alright, so again, we got a little bit bigger than we want on that side, but about the size of a quarter or so, and blow it out. Good to go. Nice and easy peel. Okay, so the 2 eggs are sitting aside. Our ramen's about 1 minute from being done. You don't want to cook it too long, so get ready to pull this stuff out of there. Last step, I want to throw a little bit of lettuce. I just happen to like it in there, iceberg lettuce, whatever kind you want. And we just hit the 3-minute mark on our ramen. So I want to take cold water actually, and I want to put it in there just to stop the boiling process because I don't want to overcook this ramen. I'm just going to fill up the pot the rest of the way with cold water. That'll stop the cooking process. Dump the ice out of this bowl. Start dumping the water out of this one, and you see how white and nasty that, because all that starch that's coming off of these freeze-dried noodles. So, and rinse them off again. It's really good to do this with your white rice also before you cook your white rice in a rice cooker. Get rid of a lot of that extra starch. And again, these noodles are going to get very hot again just by putting them in your broth. So cooling them off doesn't matter. Okay, so we've completely drained those noodles. Put them in your bowl. Okay. A couple, about a minute or so in a nice boiling water or boiling liquid roux here. So just starts to turn them dark green, and you can use any kind of greens. Most people use like bok choy or something like that. I've used regular cabbage, lettuce, even like the thick end of the lettuce down by the stalk end and stuff is really good in this soup. So all we're gonna do, we're gonna take our 2 hard-boiled eggs and then dump this on top there already. I almost forgot one of the most important things to put on top of your ramen. So take a green onion if you happen to have it, clean it, and then fold this green end, just fold it over a few times so it's easy to cut into here. There we go. So we're folded over, and now take your kitchen shears and just cut off little slices of that into the top of here. And that, my friend, is what 27 years ago in Japan started me trying to figure out how to simulate a Japanese shoyu ramen the best I could with the cheapest ingredients that we have here readily available in the house all the time. So there's better ingredients a person can get hold of, but when you all you have is that freeze-dried ramen garbage, this is a really good substitute for the moment.